Hey, what's up, guys? It's Claudio here, and we are back at the Dixie Classic Criterium in North Carolina. And this was back in June 1st. I'm now in New York. Back in New York permanently. Feels good to be back, but missing these races. So this is a 3-4 field, and it was my second race of the day. I raced the 4-5, and it kind of took a lot out of my legs. I think I placed like fifth in the maybe in the 4-5, I believe. Anyways, I came and then I did this one right away. So I'm tired. But let's go over the stats really quick. Normalized power 236 watts, average speed 26.7 miles an hour. And I just want to go over my FTP and all that good stuff. FTP is around, it's like 260 watts, so that puts me about 3.75 watts per kilo. And we want to talk about basically what, a lot of people ask me, they DM me, hey, what FTP do I need to start racing? And it's kind of a funny question. If you race criteriums, you realize after a certain point that FTP doesn't matter as much as other things. It matters if you're a certain kind of rider. But we're going to talk about that, why FTP matters or doesn't matter in a criterium. So this is not my highest FTP. I've been at 4 watts per kilo, above 4 watts per kilo. And man, I've been dropped from races, from 3-4 races at 4 watts per kilo. At this race, I'm at about 3.75 watts per kilo, and you're going to see like what I can do with that, because segue into, if you guys use Trainer Road, you are, and if you sign up for the beta AI thing, the adaptive training, so it's this new thing on Trainer Road that can sense where you are in your progression. And anyways, this is what it looks like. This is my progression levels. This is brand new stuff. I barely understand it, but it's so cool because it really shows where I am based on all of my previous workouts and how I've been training. So it records everything. Anyways, you see this here. VO2 max and anaerobic is my highest levels relative to all my other levels. So my threshold is relatively low, which is true for me. But I have my VO2 max and anaerobic levels significantly more developed, which is why I can do well in these criteriums, which is why we're going to see what happens here. And to answer the question, what do you need? What FTP do you need? The short answer is you don't need FTP. You need VO2 max and anaerobic for criteriums, because it's just a bunch of surging, and you need to keep up with that. So you need to have these other energy systems nice and ready to go, nice and primed. FTP, if you're sitting in a peloton, if you're sitting in a group, it doesn't matter. If you're in a breakaway, it's gonna matter, and you're gonna see, because I get into the break. I got into this break, and man, I killed myself trying to get in there, but I wouldn't have been able to get into the break without these energy systems developed, my VO2 max and anaerobic. So it's really fun to watch how that plays out, like how I'm able to just sit in there. So I start the race off like this. You see, I'm in the back, I'm tired, and I'm waiting. I'm letting people kind of tire themselves out. And after a certain point, I realize that I want to move up. So let's just go ahead and skip to that part of the race. Let's go. Oh, and real quick, for those of you who are into track, I just got into track racing, really excited about it. I posted on my Instagram TV a video of me at Kisena Velodrome doing the elimination race, and man, it was so much fun. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to post that and my other track races on a YouTube video for you and do all the whole commentary. It's really a whole nother beast. Really excited about it. I'm going to be doing more of that coming up soon, so stay tuned. All right, so we are 12 laps in, and I realized that I'm tired of, if you're in the back, you're not racing, you're just sitting in. and it doesn't feel like a race. It feels like you're just following wheels, and it's not really that fun. You see there's a break already up the road. And now I'm moving up because I want to see what's happening. Maybe I want to get in there. I know that I cannot out sprint these sprinters in the field sprint. So my best bet is to get up there and do something, try to catch the break. So some people are ready to go. They're ready to chase. And this is the first attempt of getting up there. I believe there are some teams that are blocking. There are a lot of teams here. So what's great about that is that if you see a break and it's composed of certain riders, of certain teams, you'll know that their other teammates are going to be blocking the front of the group. And it gives you a better chance of staying up in the break succeeding. So we see that there's a break up there. Haven't really started chasing yet. We haven't started trying to bridge, but you're going to see what happens here. I have my eye on them. Everybody's really paying attention to what's happening. Maybe they'll come back by themselves, or maybe it's a real threatening move. So here he goes. He starts going, and then the Trek guy goes. He tries to get a free ride up there, and then I follow this. And this is a really big effort. Okay, 600-700 watts, and I gotta hold it for a few seconds. And now I'm kind of in the draft, but look how sketchy this is. Whoa. Okay, so that was taking that turn at 34 miles an hour. But check out the rear view. There's a big gap up there now. So they didn't take that turn as aggressively as I did, and I gapped them. And now I'm in the draft, and I'm still doing watts. I'm still surging, but I'm not killing myself. We're going 30 miles an hour, and this guy really wants to bridge. He really wants to get up there. He's taking me with him. And my heart rate is almost at 180. But this is what you need. You need to be able to do these huge efforts, lap after lap, to get up there. I mean, when I started racing, if I had done this, even like 10 seconds of this kind of effort would have blown me up. Forget it. Done. And now my heart rate is it's kind of coming down. Let's see if it comes down. I'm doing no watts here. Yes, now it's getting lower. So I make this little break, and we're trying to stay in there. But check out my rear view. People are chasing. They want it. They want to reconnect, and they are right there. I mean, this break is not going fast enough. I honestly don't think that they know that there's this much separation. Meanwhile, I'm starting to recover 170 BPM. Nice. And they caught us. So they all bridged. It's all stitched back together. And they're all looking around. And I'm recovered, pretty much. Now there's a gap. And what's happening is, this guy in front of me, he's blocking for his teammate. He's like, no, he's got a teammate. And so now I go, boom. And I have to do 700, 800 watts to get up there. And the reason why I could do this is because I had the fitness to recover. You saw my heart rate go all the way down to maybe the 160s, low 170s. I had that, and my VO2 levels, my anaerobic stuff was kind of developed. And so I bridge, and look at this huge gap behind me now. But believe me, this hurts. This is my second race. And my legs, my heart rate may not be blowing up, but my legs are really blown up. I'm in some serious pain here. And now there's a little two-man break up there, and then there's us who's chasing that break. And I'm riding like a wild man. I can barely hold this wheel, and they're not going that fast.
Rotate. We got a gap.
So I told them, rotate. We got a gap. They didn't know, and now they're pushing watts, and here they go. Now it's on. Now it's like, okay, we're in a break. Let's do this. And let's see what happens. I mean, this guy right here in front of me in the blue, this guy's really pushing watts. The whole time I was like shocked at this guy, like at what he was doing. Some people are up there with some FTPs and some serious power. Maybe he's a Cat 3, I don't know. But you're going to see my pulls. My pulls are nothing impressive. But these guys, they're the ones that are keeping it up to speed. And now we're going into headwind, and it's still 26 miles an hour. So this guy's strong. I learned that. And look, I'm like barely holding his wheel. But I got it. And we want to connect with the people in front. That's what we want. And we want to chase them, bring them in, and then do whatever it needs to do. So here's my first pull, going with the wind, tailwind, and I'm kind of doing like a threshold, but I shouldn't be. I need to be doing 300 plus watts to keep it above 27. I think I'm still tired. Man, I'm really slowing it down here. I mean, the guys start to complain at some point. But like I said, I've had enough at this point. Like, this is my second race. My legs are all blown up. And now I'm getting into the headwind. And they're like, okay, we got this. There's no way I can pull in this section at all. So, moving up a few laps so we can see the pulls here. You don't need to go crazy. You don't need to go crazy if you don't have the fitness. You can do what I'm doing now, which is sitting in, take a 20-second pull, maybe like 20 or 30 watts above your FTP, and it'll be fine. If this is going to be a successful break, the other guys are going to make it happen. Put it on them. And we caught the two guys up front, so now it's a full break of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 of us. And it's nice. These are strong. Like a lot. I know that I'm the weakest guy here. And the guys are going to keep it up to speed. Now look at this guy, man. I mean, I'm doing 350 watts, just trying to hold his wheel. He's pushing it. I love it. He's keeping the speed high. And here comes my pull. Let's see what I do. Come on. Let's see some 300s in there. Let's go. Push it. I mean, I'm still doing above threshold. Man, I'm tired. I'm seeing the watts here and I'm tired. I can't even pull 300. Come on, do some work, Claudio. My heart rate is recovering. And the guy, he's like, I got this, man. I got you. The guys were nice, actually. I didn't get yelled at too much. But man, look at this guy going into the headwind and really giving it to it. Really pushing the watts here. And I tell this guy, good work, because man, these guys are doing well. Doing really well in the breakaway. So it's all about the composition. The breakaway, it needs to have strong riders, and it needs to have riders that have teammates in the back in the group so they can block, right? Otherwise, this thing's going to get chased down. And there's like 3 teams in here. The red team, the Trek team, and then I think maybe one other team. And that's good. That's why this is successful. One of the reasons. So we're rotating. We're in there. And the pace fluctuates. You know, we're doing 25. I think we averaged like around 27 for the break. We had to. And a few laps later, let's see what happens. Let's see what kind of pulls I'm doing here. This is to give you an idea of what it takes to do to get into a break. Now I'm going to the headwind, so I gotta push out something. Okay, this is more like it, 350, 320. Just to keep it at 25. It's probably gonna go down. Man, I'm tired. I'm seeing this and like, I could totally do, come on, 330 easy, no problem. But like I said, second race and those 2 efforts really took a lot out of me to bridge. And you'll see that, man. When you're riding a break, you need to be able to sustain efforts after efforts. You need to do all that stuff on top of the effort that it took to get into the break. Now this guy, he waved and he skipped a pull. He's smart. I skipped a pull too. I skipped a couple pulls because I was dying. But this guy would do like almost an entire lap, and he had to be doing close to 400 watts. So here we are. I mean, just sitting in and trying not to lose the wheels. I got to spike it to like, 380, something like that. All these little spikes hurt. They hurt big time in a break. So it's best to ride smoothly. And these guys were doing a good job of keeping it smooth, but I wasn't. I was like struggling because my legs were so blown up. And you could see that I wasn't the best at holding wheels, but whatever. I did what I could and what I had to do. Let's take a look here. Lap 28. What am I doing? Okay, now some watts, some decent stuff here. I'm kind of more recovered. I think that's what's happening. I'm doing, on the tailwind section, I'm doing above 300. I'm getting it up to 26 miles an hour. Not bad. This is probably my best pull, but this is as good as it got. And you can see I'm already fading. And it's not even my heart rate. It's just my legs. And I go wide here. This was my strategy. Go wide, let them go inside, and then I don't have to do the headwind section because that's nuts. That'll destroy me. And now look at the surge that I have to put in to catch the wheel again. 400 or 500 watts. And I'm not a breakaway rider. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is really my first break ever, actually. Now that I think about it, it's my first break. I was so proud of it. I was so happy. I was like, man, I'm one of the breakaway guys. I did it. I'm a breakaway guy. Let's go. But I don't have the watts to be a breakaway guy. Not right now, but I could. It's actually more of something that I could be good at instead of being a sprinter. I would lean, my type of fitness and abilities would lean more towards breakaway riding because I have more of that endurance slow twitch than I do fast twitch. So I just got to work on it, but I haven't been. So this is the result. Lap 35, okay. Is this final lap? This is final 2 laps. 2 laps to go. People are positioning. The guy in front of me right here, he wants to win. He wins all the time. And he's a sprinter, and he's probably gonna, he's probably the best sprinter here. And we got these other guys, so it's really strategic. He's actually in really good position because, let's see how many people. Well, he has 1, 2, 3, he has 2 people in front of him. As long as he doesn't really take a pull, he's good. And I'm just sitting in, I'm holding on. Like, what am I gonna do here? I'm wasted. I'm totally wasted, and I'm just gonna do my best. I don't wanna stick my nose in the wind too much to try to save myself for the sprint. Whatever I can find in my legs. And here goes an attack. Last lap attack. It's that guy. That guy that was pulling hard, and he still had it in his legs. And now we're racing. This feels so good. This last lap is so exciting. And I'm getting gapped, but man, I'm doing everything I can. Everything to hold this. Whatever is necessary. And I'm barely in the draft, but I'm in there. My heart rate is going up. And I'm taking some shaky lines here, but I'm still holding it. And here goes the sprinter. This sprinter in front of me, he's moving up. He's hammering it. I can't hold his wheel. And man, that guy's got it. And here we go. I'm just holding on. Holding on. For dear life. What can I do? Let's go. Last straightaway. What do I have left? 7 something. Not even 800 watts. And do I pass this guy? No. And that's it. I get 5th. Guys, I got 5th out of like, I don't know how many, 20, 30 something people in a 3-4 race. And in the previous race, I also got 5th. So 2 top 5s. Not bad. Really happy about that. Guys, more racing coming up. I'm in New York. Say hello. And I'll see you next time. Peace.